everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, we got some action. We got two releases. Very exciting. One of them, at least for me. I don't know about you guys, but very exciting, very exciting release. Um, for those who follow me on social media, you saw what I posted today. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, some of you know that I just recently started posting on OSR because I just recently got unblocked. And I didn't even bother posting those pictures on there today just because I know what's coming, and just to avoid any problems, I decided not to even bother posting on there. So let's see who's in here tonight, guys, and then we'll get started right away because there's not much anyway. I feel like there was something else I needed to say. Anyway, it'll come to me. Ash, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see ya.
Hello!
Welcome. Happy Tuesday. We got Michael in the house.
How you doing?
Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Welcome. Moose decided to show
Hello!
this guy. This guy's too busy everywhere else. Hello, community of collectors. I appear in both versions of Widow. Why? Because I could, since Sideshow let me. She looks great in the video I've seen. My congrats. I don't have any MK6B yet. Bow.
How you doing?
Bow. Happy Tuesday. Let's pray for a start by 9 p.m. Unbelievable.
How dare you?
Disrespectful.
Having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Oh, Bob. We got Joe in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to point out that Bobby and I had an agreement he would send me Gustavo Fring's figure if I send him a pic of me the best. Yeah, Bob. I saw, Bob. Oh, Bob, no. So who's getting? We're gonna get into that, Ash. We're gonna get into that. Don't go anywhere, because I think the in-art professionals may be right on this one. I don't know. Stay tuned and see. Oh my God, you guys, it's crazy. Leah, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you.
How you doing?
Welcome. Who else is in here? Guys, please hit the like button. There's 18 of you guys in here already. Thank you guys for being here as well. Come on. We know you home. You didn't change the time. Who here thinks fast will? Oh my God, you are disrespectful tonight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Maybe fast with the garage sale. Unreal. Unbelievable, guys. Wait, my friend, welcome.
How you doing?
Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Two.
Hello.
Welcome, my friend. 9 likes, 9 watching. Look at that. No way. No way. No way. Did I find my people finally? Are my people here finally? No way. It says there's 17 watching, so we should have 17 likes at least. That would be epic. That would be epic. Guys, hit the like button. There's 18 of you guys. Thank you guys for being here. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday. How many? It's a Wednesday. I know you're in the future. I know. I forget. I forget. Oh man. Let's see. We got Bradley Coop.
Hello.
Welcome. Live and direct from the floor, I hope. Where's Cassandra? Cassandra, is he on the floor again? Say yes if he's on the floor for the past month and a half, please. Chris, my friend, welcome.
I'm doing.
Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Fieri, welcome. Nice to see you.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Thank you for the compliment also, my friend, on my video. I appreciate the compliment. You guys know I read all my comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. This guy. Unbelievable. What do get when you breed in or with hot toys? See? What do get? What is what do get? This is what happens when you have brain damage in the community. What do get? What do get? What is what do get? Brad Bum. Unbelievable. What do get? What do get? Anyway. You get jazzing. Oh, what do get? Anyway, stay away from here. Stay away from here, Bradley. Unbelievable. Fabs would have been paid again. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Paul, my friend, welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. 18 likes, 15 watching. Oh, look at that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Unbelievable, Bradley. Brad Bum. I'm going to call you. That's your new name, Brad Bum. Instead of Bradley, Brad Bum. What do get equals center makes throwing power, right? What do get? You are unreal. What do get? See? This is what happens. That's why he likes Inard and Jazz Inc. Because he has brain damage. He doesn't get it. I think he finally got it. All right, let's wait for a few of you guys to come in and then we'll start. Because there's not much anyway for tonight. He said, damn. Brad Boom, where's Cassandra? I want to make sure she's okay. I want to make sure she's okay, and I want to make sure she's alive. And you didn't do anything to her while you were on the floor. I want to make sure she's doing well. Somebody do a wellness check on Cassandra, please. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Oh my God. See? Now you got a new nickname, Brad. Used to be Garlic Cinnamon Twist. Now you're Brad Bum. See what happens when you get demoted in life? Oh, Brad Bum. Oh my God. Let's see. Guys, please hit the like button. There's 19 of you guys in here. If you haven't yet, thank you guys for being here. All right, we're going to wait a couple more minutes and then we'll get started, guys. Because we got Zorro, we got Black Widow, which looks incredible. 21 likes. Look at that. We're in the twilight zone now. We're in the twilight zone now. Hello, collectors. An hour after he came in. Unbelievable. No manners.
I don't think so.
No manners. Unreal. Oh, look at that. Black Widow looks good. Imagine if we cared about Brad Bum's opinion with Hot Toys. Remember, he's all about Inart and Jazz Inc. and J&D. Remember, Hot Toys is trash for Brad Bum. So this on the screen does not mean much to us Hot Toys lovers coming from Brad Bum. Okay? Chris says black. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. Because Chris loves Hot Toys. Therefore, his opinion matters on the matter. Let's see what else Brad Bum has to say. Brad is the future in our guy. Brad is Brad Bum, okay? Hot Toys needs to work on their hands. What are you talking about? On their hands. Anyway. See? This is what happens. This is what happens. You got vaccinated as a child? This is what you get. Brad Bum. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. Let's see who else is in here. And then we'll get started, guys. Oh my god. All right, let's get started, guys. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so like I said, guys, we got One Piece, Zoro. We already have Luffy out, right? Monkey D. Luffy has been out for a few weeks now. And here is Zoro, which was the second piece that was announced for that series on Netflix. It looks like they updated the head sculpt. So this is what it was supposed to look like in the beginning when it was announced, right? This was the original shot. Well, one of the original shots. This was the second one, right? Of him holding the sword with his mouth, right? So they updated that to this. So as you can see, no more like it looked like it was blonde here, at least from the picture, right? It looks like it's light here. It went to dark. The eyes changed a bit, right? At least that's what it looks like in the picture. There's something very, very different about the eyes that they wanted to update for whatever reason. And they did, as you can see. And then here is a front shot of it. This looks very different. Very, very different. Look at that. Very different than this. So, again, why did they update? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I have no idea what is accurate, what is inaccurate, what it's supposed to look like, what the change was supposed to do. If the change is even better than the original one, I can't tell you anything because I don't know anything. But, again, as a figure, right, being a Hot Toys figure, look at that. Here is what they teased us with, as you can see, right? So they updated the entire figure. I don't know who was complaining about it. I don't know if anybody complained about it, but they updated a lot. Again, the eyes very different. They look a lot more, I don't know. What's the word? A lot more squinty over here, right? A lot more elongated over here than they do here. Again, I don't know who was complaining. I don't know if anybody said it was wrong or it looked bad or it was, whatever the case may be, they changed it 100%. Both head sculpts completely changed. Even the hair, as you can see, it used to be all solid green from the inside. Now they left you a little bit of black on the inside, and it goes from black to green. Meanwhile, here it was green all around. Here is a close up of the head sculpt as well. As you can see, completely different. Again, who said, hey, Hot Toys, you need to change it? I don't know. I was not paying attention to these people because, again, I don't know anything about the show, but look at the big difference. This is a big difference. The hair is a big difference, right? So I don't know who likes this better. I don't know who's upset about this, right? Even the face, right? As you can see, a lot softer here. You get a little bit of texture here. It looks like he had a little bit of acne. So they updated the head sculpt. I'm assuming it's supposed to be for the better. But again, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking for. So those were just the updated pictures of it. They showed us 3 of them, those 3. And then we have the actual release blogger pictures. Again, the figure looks awesome, right? Beautiful, very sharp figure. The tailoring on the figure looks awesome. As you can see, the articulation, that head sculpt is badass. I don't even know anything about the show, and I could tell you I would display this head sculpt all day, every day, just because it looks awesome. You don't even have to know what it is to be like, that is sick right there. So I would love, well, not love, when I get this, I am displaying it like this because I am getting this 100%. Here's another shot. Again, badass. Look how badass that looks. The figure is very basic. There's not much to the figure. Very cheap in the sense of the outfit, right? Very little clothing, right? It's all cloth anyway, but very little of it, right? Not much. You don't get any armor. You don't get any rivets. You don't get any buttons, any shiny, anything glued on. You don't get anything. The fanciest thing you get are the swords and the shoes, probably, because these are just plain black pants. This is just a plain white, shirt, which is not even your full shirt, as you can see. So it's a very cheap figure all around, right? The body, it's not even, obviously it's a Hot Toys body, but it's not even anything. Oh, look at that new body. Look how amazing it. No, I mean, everything, as you can see, look how sharp it looks. It looks great. Look at Luffy. Very sharp figures, very good looking figures, but nothing exciting about it. Again, you could be a hardcore fan of this all you want. I don't know anything about it, so this is not exciting for me. This is not me bashing anything, William. I'm not bashing anything, William. It's just very basic, not much to it, nothing fancy about it, nothing intricate about it. Like I said, there's no armor, there's no padding, there's no, anything that makes you want to go, wow, like, look at that, look how cool that, it is cool to me, but nothing that makes it, again, besides this here, like, this is it right here. This, to me, is what makes the whole figure. Besides that, I don't find anything like this. But this, what? So that's the only reason why I would get, not what I would get this, why I am getting this, for that look. You could put that anywhere. You don't have to have, a shelf for any of this. You could put this, type of ninja style or samurai, style figure anywhere. The only thing is these like colors, right? That little bright green. It's like, it's a little, comic bookish, which it is what it is, right? But it looks great. It looks great. Anybody getting into this line, please let me know in the chat. I want to know who's getting into this. And I want to know what you know about the show and why you would get into this line. Let me see who's in here. And we'll continue. He said, what the hell is this? Oh, my God. Faz needs coffee. I don't drink coffee, Brad. bum. Okay, Albert, my friend, welcome. Guys, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Albert, 1 second. Albert just sent me. Give me 1 second, guys. This guy, unbelievable. So let me give you guys a little backstory on the piece. I have everything Hot Toys made for Black Panther twice. I have two thrones. I have two movie, Black Panther movie Black Panthers. I only opened one Civil War Black Panther, but I had a couple. And I just got the 2.0, right? The updated one. I was going to buy, so I obviously wanted a Killmonger figure that Hot Toys didn't make, which Young Rich, the company, made the figures, but I didn't think they were great. I was going to buy them because they were the only ones made, but I was like, eh. Well, you guys know that Albert is always customizing his own stuff. He had shown me this figure a while ago, but I was like, it wasn't my figure, so I didn't, I was like, oh, it's cool, obviously. Then he's like, oh, I hate the figure. I hate this figure. It's so boring. I want to get rid of this figure. I said, oh, I have a garbage can at home. This guy sends me, okay? This thing is so sick. Hold on 1 second. So he made his own Killmonger custom, okay? Don't ask me what he used because I don't know what he used. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So, again, I don't know what he used. He even made the necklace with the ring like a true psychopath. Okay? Look at that, guys. This thing is insane. The weapon, I don't even know where he got it from. Look at that. Look at the watch, right? Because why do you, how could you not have the watch? And then look at the belt, look at the grenades, look at the rifle, guys. Again, this is custom by Albert. This is not for sale. This is not from Hot Toys. This was not ever made by anybody. So, like I told him, I wanted the Young Rich one so bad because I wanted this look really bad. And I saw what it looked like. I was like, that's very crappy. I was like, I don't want it. So I just rather not have it than have something crappy in my collection. And look at this thing. This thing is a master. If Hot Toys made this, oh my God. Look at this, guys. Even the boots. Look at the gold in the boots to match the Killmonger print. Look at all the gold. This guy. I told him, Albert, always send me your garbage. He hates it. He hates it. He hates all this stuff. So, like I said, hold on, let me put this back. So, Albert, my friend, I know I told you a billion times already, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love this thing. He doesn't even understand how much I love that thing because it's so good. Miguel, my friend, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Guys, there's 24 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. What is this? Tim was not that, guys. Somebody please help him. It's not that. Unbelievable. I 1/6 scale. Stop it. Stop it. Joseph Copperfield. Oh my God. Ash with the super chat. This guy, unbelievable. Fast Wolverine news, if any, please. And are you buying? He said, are you buying one? All right. First of all.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Second of all, okay, we don't put down other companies here, okay?
Y'all don't ever disrespect me.
So now I will respond. I will respond to you, Ash. Wolverine news, if any, please. Wolverine is coming soon. I promise. Okay. I don't think it's getting delayed. Remember, I said there was a possibility. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. I think it's coming very, very soon. So if you want more false information, remember $50 super chat's the way to go. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. Who was it that said that? That somebody was getting $50 super chats for wrong information. Shit. Fast. Let me get some of whatever. This guy. Unbelievable. This looks way better. Yeah, see, I don't even know what's what I'm looking for. 21 likes in the house. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Ernesto, my friend, welcome. I'm doing FabsFigures. Say it live. Action Hot Toy soon. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're speaking. Okay. I don't know what you're speaking. Is that Lucha in the red beside him? Someone has been sent to him. Powdered garlic. Uncarded. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome. Powdered garlic. This guy. Unbelievable. Did someone say you can put this in? Oh my God. Unbelievable. No respect. No respect. Nobody's getting this. Guys, how you got a bunch of non-collectors? Big Dog, my friend, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Bunch of non-collectors in the house. I'd rather collect Fisher Price. Oh my God, you guys. You guys are the worst. No respect. No respect. Other word, it's called appreciation, Joe. Something you don't know anything about, something you will never know anything about, apparently. Okay? It's called appreciation. Okay? When he doesn't want his garbage anymore, I'm his dumpster. Okay? I'm the Hot Toys dumpster for Albert. So whenever he's like, you know what? I'm done with this garbage, he knows where to go. Unlike you. Okay? Unlike you. What do? Oh, I bought two. Now I have two of the same by mistake. But I have a friend who may want this or really wants this. But, oh, man, I'm so selfish that I just got to rub it in his face. Hey, I got two now, asshole. Thanks. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Looks like Mr. T's. Absolutely not. You will not disrespect this masterpiece, Ash. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind, Mr. T? He's got one necklace. See, Albert, this is why. This is why you have to send them to me. They don't even appreciate nothing. Thank you, Albert. Don't send nobody else nothing. Unbelievable. See? That's correct. Albert is king of customs. They call him the Einstein of customs. Okay. A Hot Toys Arts and Black Widow S tier work. The head sculpt is Scar Joe. This is prime example of how rich the rich get rich. See, guys, this is a prime example of somebody who is a hater. This is a prime example of somebody who is jealous. This is a prime example of somebody who doesn't really like to support somebody who they claim is their friend. This is when the true colors comes out. When they say things like this, instead of saying, "Oh man, I should send my buddy something," because look, everybody else appreciates him except me, because I'm a dirty Canadian bacon. Okay, unbelievable, unbelievable, Joe. Absolutely, that's correct. That is correct. Okay, that is correct. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Joe, exactly. Oh, God, Albert. Albert, don't lie. Don't lie, Albert. Don't lie. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you, thank you. We got Ron in the house. Look at you. Where have you been all night? Ron.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Ron. Welcome, Ron. Bob. Oh my God. Let's see. I collect real things like a Deadpool. The Wolverines. Oh my God. Mike, he's picking up. See what happens? See what happens, Joe? See what happens, Joe? When people support, and instead of saying, "Oh man, I want to support too," but instead of you talking shit, that's what you get. Just be a positive person. Don't be a hater. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Just say, "You know what, my friend? Here's your second. Here's my second RoboCop for you, because I know you wanted it." But instead, what are you saying? Spreading negativity out of your funky mouth. Okay? Disgusting, Joe. David, my friend, how are you?
Hello.
Long time. How have you been? Feel like I haven't seen you in actually all summer. You disappeared. Nice. Real classy.
How dare you!
Unbelievable. Completely forgot about everybody. Forgot about everybody. Rude.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome, Rudy. Guys, you remember this YouTube channel? This YouTube channel used to have all of the news, everything that was going on in the third-party world, everything that was going on with Hot Toys, everything with the shows. And he was cursed with Maju cases. He said, "Hey guys, it is time for my Maju space to be space." And he became spaced, and we haven't seen him again. Rudy! Rudy, when are you coming back, Rudy? Come back, Rudy. Guys, you remember Rudy Tuesdays? And now it's Lonely Tuesdays. Oh my God, Rudy. Rudy. Let's see who else is in here. We got Rob. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing.
Welcome. All right, guys. So, like I said, I don't know anything about this guy, but look at this. How badass is this? Just this pose right here will make you buy the figure. Just because it looks beautiful. Really badass. Every time you get two head sculpts with a Hot Toys figure, it's a jackpot, because they're just that good and they're only getting better. And when you're getting two head sculpts of really good work, what can you possibly complain about? And everything now has rolling eyes. Even your like, secondary head sculpts have your rolling eyes. So really, really nice. Now guys, to the main event. Okay. This beauty came out today. Let me tell you guys something. I haven't really looked at the pictures. I did see them this morning. And she looks incredible. Okay. The suit looks very, very nice. Her head sculpt looks perfect. Okay. It looks exactly, look at that. It looks exactly. You're going to tell me you don't see her there? You don't see Scarlett Johansson there at all? You're going to tell me, oh, there's no likeness there? You're going to tell me she doesn't look exactly like she did that movie, Iron Man 2? Look at that. She looks incredible. The hair looks incredible. Like I said, this suit back then was very basic. And to a certain extent, it was, still kind of like upgraded, right? This was her Mark 1 because that was the very first time she appeared. Suited up and look at that. You get the string. The thing that scares me with these, with the artisan long-haired figures is if they don't give us the rolling eye axis like under it, but behind it like they did the Joker because of the tongue, I don't like that one bit. It is very scary. It makes you feel, at least it made me feel that I was going to ruin the head sculpt. The hair was flaking already, and that just to me was very, very annoying. And again, it just makes it so you ruin your figure that much quicker, right? So I didn't like that at all. Every other head sculpt, no problem. That one, I hate it. So I hope they don't. Obviously, there's no need to do that anymore. Her mouth is not open. We're not sticking anything in there, so they don't need to give us that compartment in the back of the head. But I hated that Joker, access to the eyeballs because of that, or having to open the back of the head for that reason. I don't like that one bit. Look at that. Just like the movie scene. This looks so good. It looks like a statue. Okay? This looks so good. It looks like a statue. This is how incredible this looks. This figure is going to be a figure that is going to sell out and everybody's going to want one. And I think they made 2 SKUs, right? They made the exclusive with the Iron Man arm, and then they made a regular one. So I can guarantee you this figure, you're going to see this figure. People are going to want this for a while because there's no reason to make another one of this for what? This was the only time she came out like this. So there's no, even for like a battle damage, right? You can't even give her a battle damage. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but does it make sense? I don't think so. Would you guys, let me know in the chat, would you guys buy a 1,500 piece exclusive of this figure battle damage? So battle damage face, battle damage outfit, right? Scuffed up outfit, scratched up outfit. I don't know. $375. Let me know if you guys will buy this. If Hot Toys were to reuse that head sculpt, let me know. Rudy Tuesdays, I was there, Ganda, 1,500 years ago. 15,000 years ago. I said 1,500. 15,000 years ago. Yeah, remember the those days? I think it was what was it, 300 BC, I believe was the year. Chris says new Alien Earth episode tonight. Oh, I finally watched the first Peacemaker episode. Somebody's got to explain it to me, because is he like doing multiverse travel where like he's like back to life, or like he brought his brother back to life? Like I don't know what's happening. at all. The inner one will be better. Yeah, they won't touch none of that. He's the world's best swordsman. She looks sexy. Blinken, my friend, welcome. She looks amazing. I can't wait to get mine from Sideshow. Yeah, Sideshow shipping mine too. She's $3.99. I still owe $3.99. So I'm gonna see if like before she ships, I make at least a $200 payment, and then boom, once she ships, I'll only owe $199, and then boom, she'll be paid off that way. Looks amazing. Hot Toys are great. Absolutely. As usual. Hot Toys is king for a reason. I would love to have a head sculpt only. Why? What are you going to do with the head sculpt only? Are you going to get what? Let me guess. You're going to message Luch and get a fight in? You sicko. Rolling eyes are under the portrait. Yeah, no. I'm saying for this one, for anything that's not the Joker, right? Because remember, the Joker had to have the opening for that tongue to be inserted inside. So they had to obviously make it big enough for that, a big enough compartment to fit that tongue in there. So that's why it's a little funky. For that reason, every other head sculpt is always, no problem. So, but that's what I'm saying. Is just, I was traumatized, is what I'm saying. 100% traumatized. Carlo, my friend, welcome.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome. Nice to see you. Certainly not I. 26 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys. Thank you. As long as the outfit is ripped in the right places, no Diddy. Can't wait to get this artist. Yep. It's going to be so good. Ron says now is perfect use of an artisan. Absolutely. Look at this guy with the super chat. Look at this. This is beautiful. Oh my God. Any news on BDDP? The only news we're gonna hear is it's released. That's the next news you're gonna hear about anything. About Deadpool, not Deadpool, about Wolverine, it's gonna be it's released. Not any other news. Deadpool, obviously, they can always announce other stuff, right? Besides the battling version that's still out, right? That hasn't started shipping yet for Sideshow or from Sideshow. What else are they going to announce regarding Deadpool? So I'm saying Wolverine. The next thing you're going to hear about Wolverine is Wolverine's out. Peacemaker enter another Earth in the multiverse where his family wasn't all messed up. Oh, see, that's what I was like, what the hell? I was like, he opens the door, he goes in, and then he's like all scared that his brother's alive, and it's like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, what's happening right now? I'm like, what is, like, I don't get it. And then his father was actually loving towards him, and he was like, he's like, all right, good night, boys. And he's like, don't touch me. He was all traumatized. It was crazy. The custom look, right? See, and you know what the best part about this is? You know what the best part about Albert is? That he doesn't really know his own work, how good it is. So I just tell him, just send me that garbage over, man. It's trash. He's like, okay. I pray to you every night. He's like, so. Right, Albert? Tell him, Albert. Tell him. Absolutely. She looks great in every way, shape, or form. Look at that. Really, really nice body they use. Again, the when it comes to posing, right? They're not doing much. They're not showing you much because of the suit, right? And look at that. Even with that suit, look at what they're making her do. Full blown knee up to the hip, right? To a full kneel. So it tells you that the suit's going to be stretchy enough to do all that. Look how gorgeous you look at that. Perfect. I don't want to hear, oh, my hair is bad. Look how clean the seams are. Look how professional it looks. I don't want to hear, oh, mine has glue on it. Mine has glue on it. So, again, not that it can't happen. I'm just busting balls, but, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to do it. So as you can see, this is the exclusive, right? This is the special edition with the Iron Man gauntlet. I don't know who's going to display it like this. I know I will because I have the original one for those who follow me on social media. So I posted it today. And so I have her holding up the two pistols. Do I really need her holding two pistols again? No. So definitely the gauntlet and most likely something, something else. One of the little electric pods that she throws on the ground or something like that. But look at that. She looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Such a classy figure, such a sharp figure, sexy figure. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Luch, stay away, Luch. Because you know what Luch is going to do to this? Luch is going to get this and ruin it with a Fison, okay? Ruin it. So make sure he doesn't get this. William, do not sell this for $125 in 3 years, please. Unbelievable. He said wrong. Unbelievable. No respect.
Wrong.
Albert, you're supposed to say yes. Yes, God. Oh my God. Once Wolverine is released, where's Gambit begins? Oh my God, Ron. Do me a favor. Don't talk about Ash like that, okay?
How dare you?
Oh my God. Ash, they know you too well already. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Oh man. That is hysterical. I bet that was Ash request for my own when we're getting Princess Leia. Oh, that's right. Where is Escape Layla?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
What happened? All the experts came out of the woodwork. She's coming. Yeah. And as always,
Don't worry, I'll wait.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't have the divine power. Oh my God, you guys. That is crazy. Best Scarlet they have ever made. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the crazy thing is, they didn't even bother making sculpted for the second time. The first one, strictly doll hair. The second one, strictly artisan. No mercy. No, everybody deserves one. No, this, let's give the bums the regular edition. Okay, let's give Mike, his favorite edition with the sculpted hair. Nope. You wanted a Black Widow. You were getting artisan. You didn't get it. That's your problem. So I'm saying you're going to see, which I think that's why they had to give it 2 SKUs. Because they knew they're not going to make anything else. So to make it, all right, you don't want the exclusive? Cool, you got the regular one. But it's going to be artisan. Now, what does that say about the figure? That they know that they can't give you sculpted hair for this because it's not going to look good. Even though, right, I understand if they hadn't done the sculpted hair back in 2010 when that original figure came out, right? I would understand that, all right, the doll hair, it's easier than sculpting all this, all these curls on her hair. Cool, I get that. But the way that they're doing sculpted hair now, which it's the best it's ever been, why wouldn't you give us a version like that? It probably doesn't look good. It probably doesn't look as good as something like this. Why? Because it doesn't give it that fullness of hair that that doll hair look gives it and that the artisan look gives it. That's why they didn't bother with it. Guarantee you that's the reason. It'll look flat when it's supposed to be all curly and fluffy and and full of volume. That would be a problem for a sculpted version. Again, even though at this point they're making the best sculpted hair ever. Princess Leia Artisan is coming next year. You heard it here first. Oh my god. I don't have a Natasha, so this one will be my one and only representation of Black Widow in my collection. It's crazy. Like, for example, somebody like Thule right now, who has obviously he's been around for, he knows that every single Black Widow that's out right now, right? Starting from the very first one, he has his pick from any of them. So he has seen from day one to, the Black Widow movie. And he's still waiting for this one. Do you know how crazy that is? To have that control, that type of control where you're like, I don't really care that much about Black Widow, but now this one is the one I want. I could never. I'd be like, I need that one. I need this one. I need that one. I need that one. It will be mostly where's Blade, Blade Baby X23. Unbelievable. Hot Toys is give a Sydney Sweeney artisan figure from Madame Web. No, they're not touching Madame Web at all, which is a shame, but they're not at all. Chris, welcome. Thank you for being late as usual.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Nice to see you, Chris. Thank you for being here. Oh my god. Oh, look, he literally just came in already talking shit. Unbelievable.
How dare you?
Unreal, Chris. Unbelievable. 2 seconds in and already. I see you, Chris. So look at that. Beautiful. The bodies that Hot Toys has been using for their female figures, really nice. Look how really, really sexy that articulation is. Look that female shape. Remember, I don't know, again, for those who don't have her, I have the original one right behind me. Those bodies, again, toys, right? Real toys, hardcore toys. Now these, for an artisan figure, you better make it look more, slightly more realistic, right? Well, that's the point of the artisan. So you have to give it natural curves. Now, again, I joke around, but if you want to go full blown, even more curvy and more articulation, then there's your Fison, right? That's why Luch would do something like that to give it that more fullness, right? That more feminine look. Again, this looks great, but you're not going to get that roundness that you would get from a Fison body, right? From a TB League body. But as you can see, this is beautiful just as is. Look at the turns, look at the twists, right? A lot of times you notice where the bodies break up, right? Where they twist, which is, again, another reason why Fison bodies are really good, right? Why they're the best when it comes to seamless looks and articulation. But this is not terrible here. Even the arm, as you can see all of the joints here. Here you can barely see right here, but besides that, nothing. See, not much here at all. I wonder how this is going to bend at the torso. If the suit's going to bend at the torso. Look how clean it looks, so it doesn't look terrible in that respect, right? Here is the double joint, as you can see. right there. So it is what it is. With that, what are you gonna do, right? Just make sure you don't leave it folded for too long, because goodbye. Look how beautiful. Again, look at those eyes. Look at the lips. You can't go wrong with this figure, guys. And I say that about everything, but this is, if you don't, Thule, perfect example. If you don't have a Black Widow by now, God bless you. Okay? If you don't have one by now, and again, I'm not saying that you have to have one. I'm not saying that. If you don't like Black Widow, guess what? You don't have a Black Widow. So I'm not saying you have to have one. But if you're a fan, right, of the Avengers and, the original crew, and, and you still don't have a Black Widow, and, now you see, all right, now we get another one, because we're going to get more Black Widows. It's not like, oh, that's it. It's the end of Black Widow. We are going to get more Black Widows in Artisan. Remember, Black Widow's gone as of now. They gave us her Black Widow figures from her Black Widow movie, right? She's gone from Endgame. But, apparently, people are supposed to come back now with Doomsday and Secret Wars. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but if she comes back, are they going to make her again? They could. Why wouldn't they make that easy money when they have her likeness from day one? Right? They've made every single Black Widow figure that we've ever seen in any movie. So why wouldn't they make her again? Right? So that's the question. But is she coming back? Who the hell knows? So let's say as of right now, we're not getting another Black Widow figure ever. Let me know which Black Widow figure you guys would get out of every single one, starting from Iron Man 2, right, all the way up to this Iron Man 2 Artisan figure again. Let me know which ones you would get if you could only get one, now that, again, you've seen it all. Anything else in the future is going to be what was already made in Artisan, 99.9%. Most likely with some type of update, maybe some battle damage head sculpt, maybe some different accessories, to make it more exciting. Besides that, that's all you're going to get, right? They're not going to come out with a completely different Black Widow figure that we haven't gotten before, right? It's impossible, right? So it's got to be whatever we already got in Artisan, updated accessories, updated base, obviously, diorama maybe, but that's all we're going to get. Unless, again, they come out with something that nobody expects, and it is what it is. Most likely is going to be all the remakes in Artisan. Again, how long is that going to take? Could take 2 years, could take 10 years, right? They could come out of, left field with, here's 1,500 of, Avengers Black Widow. Here's 1,500 of Age of Ultron. Here's 50, and they could do this every 3 months, every 6 months, and we could get them all back to back to back very quickly. So it's not like, oh, it's just, this would never happen. This is going to take forever. No, it just comes down to the demand. Does it make sense for them? Are they thinking about it? Is it something that they're going to be doing? Right? Maybe to avoid losing the license, they're going to have to make Black Widow. So they got to figure something out. So that's what I think. Let's see. Guys, hit the like button. There's 33 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Careful. It is sleep. This could be a contender figure of the year. This is going to be good, guys. This is going to be very good. And now, the thing with the figures of the year are, it is kind of unfair to lump this in with figures that are not Artisan. For example, how can you compare this to the Mighty Thor? How can you compare this to Valkyrie? How can you compare this to Kate Bishop. How do you compare this to Ahsoka? Right? How? You can't. It doesn't make sense. Right? It's a completely different world of figure. Now, you want to talk head sculpt, then that's a different conversation. When I talk head sculpt, you can't even do that because now you're including the hair. So if we're going to talk about facial likeness of every figure, then that's a completely separate category than figure of the year. Because you can't compare this to something that it's not in the same level. Right? You cannot put this next to Ahsoka and be like, oh man, which one's better? It'll never work. They're not on the same level. Right? So if you're going to do that, it's going to be artisans, female artisans with female artisans. Right? So between Scarlet Witch from Endgame, artisan, Black Widow, Iron Man 2, artisan, right? So now between those two and whatever else, artisan females that we've gotten by then you could say, all right, between out of these, this one is, the best, right? Faces and from these and the face, this one is the best. But you can't put in an artisan figure, again, that they didn't make a sculpted version of and say, well, this, you can lump this in with everything else and, well, this could be, figure there. It just wouldn't be fair. It's not fair for any of the other figures because even though sculpted hair is the norm, the artisan is supposed to make it look more real. Therefore, by making something more real, you're essentially making it look better, right? But remember, I tell you guys all the time that artisan doesn't make it better because it doesn't do anything. If they would have made this an artisan, guess what? It doesn't do anything more than the sculpted version would have done. Besides, it moves a little bit. That's it. The head sculpt doesn't move any better, right? The figure doesn't do anything extra that the sculpted version would have done. So that's why it can't be better. It looks more real. Therefore, if you're looking for the most realistic toys or the toys that look more real, that makes the actors look more real, then artisan is the way to go. You cannot say sculpted hair is better than artisan. It makes the figures look more real. That's impossible, right? Mike always says artisan sculpted is the way to go. Sculpted is always the way to go because sculpted is the way that they make the figures. So every figure should always be sculpted. Every single figure should always be sculpted because that's the toy, right? You want to take it up a notch and add the doll hair and add the wool and add the whatever, then you're making it a different category of toy. So that's why you can't even do that, right? Because it's supposed to be a different category of toy. That's why it's more expensive. It's not your same thing. Even though body-wise, even though head, the face, accessories, hands, everything is exactly the same as the sculpted. But having that hair brings it to a different level. So that's why you can't even compare that to a sculpted figure at all, because it's an artisan supposed to be on its own level. Blinken says, could you show us the OG Oh, you want to see that disaster? I think you're going to regret it. I think you're going to regret asking for that. So, so Rudy, disrespectful Rudy today, said fix her hair, but I think he forgot that I don't have a hair salon for toys. I think he does, but I don't. So this is what this figure has looked like for me from the moment I took it out of the box. I have never wet the hair. I have never touched the hair. I have never flicked the hair. I have never brushed the hair. I have never combed the hair. I have never done anything to the hair. So what started happening to the suit, if you could see by the arms, by the biceps, from having it bent like this for so many years, when I went to bring it down, it started flaking on me, as you can see. So that's what started happening to the suit, right? As you can see, it's all flaking. Hold on, let me see how I went to shit. But again, this is 2010. Look at the elbows gone. But these materials are obsolete now. They'll never use anything like this. They'll never use, anything from 2010 ever again. So that's why it is what it is. I will never get rid of this figure. I will never throw it in the trash. I will never, oh, this is garbage now. It's still a figure, still has its place in the collection, even though, again, look at the curves. Like I told you guys, when it comes to the new bodies, big difference. So, the only funky thing is that hair, but what are you going to do? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not going to bother with it. It's been like this forever. I don't need to, you know what I mean? I don't need to do anything to it, because what am I going to do with the hair looking slightly better? Nothing. I'm good, Derek, my friend, welcome. Let's say hello to Derek.
Hello!
Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. Cassandra, welcome. I've been looking for you all night. Brad Bum has been out of hand all night. I think he slowed down a little bit. He disappeared. Did you show him the baseball bat? Thank you for that. I'll leave you this figure in the cold. Will those things pop in the this guy? Faz will get a Taco Man before we'll get a Wolverine. I don't collect Marvel. Man, pass. No, you collect diodes, okay? This artisan is 100% the best Black Widow figure. Absolutely. This is the one to get, hands down. Absolutely. No, but the thing is, to be lucky enough to not have to have spent money over the years on, oh, let me get this one. Let me get this one. Oh, this is the best one now. Oh, there he is. Cassandra, get him. Where's the baseball bat? Fast, you got a forehead like a drive-in theater. Gerardo, welcome. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up?
Says, hello, collectors. Don't let Fab have this, or she's gonna have a bad hair day. I do not do that to my hair. That's how it came from literally that one. What was the other one? The Age of Ultron Black Widow, the Infinity War Black Widow, all those funky hair Black Widows. They all look like crap in my collection because I never mess with them. Never, ever, ever. I just leave them alone. Where's Rudy? Rudy, ask him where he is. Nefty has been graduating for the past 6 to 7 months. Nefty has been enrolling in school for the past 6 to 7 months. He's been leaving 3 schools and enrolling into 3 schools for the past 6 months. Hopefully he's done soon. Brad, you point out the odd things on someone. That's why you married him, Cassandra. Now grab the bat. Fab's got a big oh yeah, Brad Bum. Oh yeah, Brad Bum. Jack Sparrow and Indiana Jones top this easy. Ooh. Well, Indiana Jones doesn't count because they're not artisan. But Jack Sparrow Artisan, and I mean, I see why you would say that. I see why Jack Sparrow would win this. If we're talking intricacy of the suit, right? If we're talking intricacy of the figure, absolutely Jack Sparrow. I would take Jack Sparrow over this all day, right? But if you put this next to Scarlet Witch, you know, now we have a little more competition, because if you think about it, right, they're pretty much very, very similar figures. They got that nice flowy hair, right? The outfits are nothing fancy. They're just clothes, right? You got a jacket and then you got a suit, but it's not armor. It's not, you know, anything fancy. It's not shoulder pads. It's not knee pads. It's not shin guards. It's not boots. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy like that. It's nothing bulky like that. So they're two feminine female artisan figures that you could say, you know, which one's better. Those you could put side by side and you know, decide, all right, I like this one better. I could tell you what mine is already. Okay, I don't even have her in hand yet, but I have a feeling this Black Widow will be way better in hand than the Scarlet Witch. And I have Scarlet Witch already. She's over there. Artisan Scarlet Witch from Endgame. So it's gonna get, if you guys get to have all of the artisan, it could get fun. It could get fun trying to see which one's better. Obviously, it's all personal, you know, opinion, but show that I'm telling you, this is what we had. This is what we had. Well, the new Black Widow blows the OG. Of course, it's as it should. As it should. Oh my God, you guys. Disrespectful. Absolute. No, it's crazy, right? That is crazy. Disrespectful. French braided. French braided. When I was little, I'd burn myself. Yeah, of course, girl. You're diabolic. Unbelievable. Unreal. Oh, okay. Well, when you get home, okay, just 2 for me. Michael, my friend, welcome.
Hello!
Happy Tuesday, welcome. That was regarding figure of the year, by the way. Oh, I got you. I see. Let's go backwards now. Let's go backwards. See, I can't talk on Indiana Jones because I don't have it. You have both, Jack Sparrow and Indiana Jones. So you could be a judge of that better. I could tell you, though, Jack Sparrow is a great figure. Jack Sparrow is a great figure, but I don't think that it is the best. I don't think it's the best out of all of them. No way. Absolutely no way. So that could get tough. That could get tough. So let's see what else we got, guys. So here she is. Another beautiful pose. Here is with the gauntlet on. Again, very sharp, very beautiful, very basic. That's one thing about this figure, which is very painful too. You know, yes, we're getting artisan, but this is painful having to pay $400 and change for a plastic, you know, not literally plastic, but, you know, basic suit. You know, it looks like freaking plastic, but it's, you know, it's just basic. There's nothing fancy about it. There's no metal clips. There's no, you know, buckles. There's nothing that it's like, oh, all right, you know, at least it looks fancy. Nothing. Look, nothing. The gauntlets, plastic. The most basic, plastic. The belt, plastic. Doesn't need to be anything else. right? They don't even give you real pouches or anything because it'll throw off the look of the suit. That's why they give you that cheap looking stuff, right? So the figure is literally all head sculpt. That is the entire figure, is all head sculpt. Look at that. That's it. This is your figure right here. Because if you want, you could put this head sculpt on. Try doing a Scarlet Witch. See how it looks. I may try that actually. You know, watch. Not everybody's gonna do it. Watch me. I just said it. Watch everybody do it now. See, this is crazy here. This looks like too real. You know, like too real. Scary real, you know. Again, don't think that the figure is gonna do this. You know, this is, as you can see, this is off. Her leg is off of the platform here. Right? So it's not, the figure's not gonna bend like you think it's gonna bend. So don't go crazy trying to do this and break your figure. But this leg is not on the platform, as you can see. Right? This one is, this one's not. So don't break your figure trying to get that pose. But yeah, guys, crazy, crazy, crazy. He's got some stories to tell. You all would laugh yourself a little bit. Oh my God. The Battle Damage Vader is definitely a strong contender figure of the year. Well, I don't know if you guys remember, I think 2 years ago that Vader was my figure of the year. Was it 2 years ago when it came out? Or was it last year? No, it was last year it came out. That Vader. Yeah, that Vader was my figure of the year. That thing was beautiful. So that battle damage, you know, the thing is, you got a lot of battle damage this year, right? You got Deadpool battling version. You got battle damage Vader, right? What else did we get this year that was really cool? We got the Iron Man Mark II. We got the Iron Man Mark III, right? We got a lot of fire this year. We got a lot of fire this year. So the battle damage stuff is what's more appealing because it's not the norm. It's not the stuff we get most of the time. It's, you know, it's more rare to get something battle damage than to get something regular with the battle damage options like a Mark III, right? Remember the Mark III, we got all clean and then all battle damage so we could swap the pieces. So it is more the norm, right? It's more normal to get something like that over a full-blown battle damage figure, which is why the Darth Vader is a big deal, right? The one on the table doesn't come out till what, next year? So that's not even a contender this year. So it's crazy. She'll be in museum poser. No, you're not gonna do anything crazy with her. I'm telling you, just because she's able, right? Just because you could do this doesn't mean you should, right? The outfits, the materials are now meant, right? They give it a little bit more slack now to give it more articulation without having to ruin the suit. As you can see, wrinkles on it, right? Hot Toys has learned over the years, we can't make them, you know, super skin tight, because if it's so tight, when we bend the joint, right, it's going to wrinkle and crack, and over time, it's just going to get ruined. So it is better to give it that little bit of extra material that's going to give it that little bit of wrinkle. So aesthetically, it may not look perfect, but for longevity, right, they figured let's make the figure last longer over making it look a little bit nicer, which is what it would have done. Just a tight, oh, look, you don't see any creases. That's beautiful. But then you got a problem in a few months if you're a person who's always messing with the figures, which there are a lot of people in this community that are constantly messing with their figures. Okay? Like, it's not even like a joke. So, you know, just because you could do all those things doesn't mean you're going to have her. So I know I can tell you mine's going to most likely be like this, but which even this is too much for me. You know what I mean? Something like this. It's just something very, very basic. Nothing like this. Absolutely not. Nothing, nothing crazy like that at all. Say, look at that. Looks like a photo shoot for like a magazine. None of that. Just something with the gauntlet, and that's it. Say something like this. Look at that. Very classy. Very, very clean. See, even the rope. I don't even think I'm going to use the rope for anything. I don't need it. Obviously, maybe for some pictures, but that's it. But the gauntlet is the way to go. The gauntlet is my way to go because that is the cool new accessory. Look at that. And again, this was, for those who don't know, this is from apparently a deleted scene from Iron Man 2, which I never knew anything about. So that's why they even added this thing. So again, very, very cool. Very, very nice. This thing is going to be a 10 all day long. Whoever doesn't like theirs, send it to me. I will take it. Battle damage, correct. I've always told you guys from day one, I've always loved anything and everything battle damage first and foremost before anything else. That's what that Darth Vader, I can tell you that Darth Vader is going to be a badass figure. Apparently, the box is humongous. The figure is humongous, right? That base is humongous. Make the figure look that much more, taller and bigger and massive. So it's going to be one of those, grail pieces. And, I say that loosely now. That word doesn't really mean much in this community anymore, because even if you have a grail, like for example, the Obi-Wan Darth Vader sold out. Everybody, oh my God, I can't find one. And they, it became a grail per se, right? But now it's like, this one's coming out, so everybody, I'm getting rid of mine. So, it became that. Before, when you had a figure, because again, they were so rare and so scarce, right? They were not making the same volume that they are now. When you had a figure, it was a little more difficult for you wanting to let it go, and for you wanting to just make that quick money, because you were going to make a decent amount of money, but to go get that figure back, forget it. So that's why it was a little bit more difficult for that to happen back then. Now, everybody will rather make that money over keeping the figure, because number one, they don't have the room anyway for the new figure incoming. So therefore, they don't care. And how do they justify it? Well, I only need one Vader in my collection. I only need, one, which again, I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying that, you're going to do whatever the hell you want with your collection. Nobody's going to tell you what to do, because the only one looking at it is you anyway. So whatever you do with your collection, it is what it is. But bringing that into the community, into the hobby, is what ruins and kills the value of these figures, right? Somebody who's willing to let them go for, if you paid $375, $400 on Sideshow and you're selling it for $275, $250, $225, again, that's your own problem. You're the one who has to deal with the loss. You're the one who has to clearly, needs the money and is willing to settle for that loss. That's why it's always their problem, right? But it affects the hobby as a whole, because the moment somebody sees that, then, well, somebody just sold it for $250, $275. I am not paying more than $250, $275. Why would I, and why should I? So there goes the value of that. And then that's just, let's say, for example, in the groups, right? On eBay, it's a different conversation, because that doesn't really happen much on eBay, right? On eBay, you get lucky with these prices, with good prices, but there's usually, the same range of prices depending on what the figure is. But in the group, somebody's desperate for, my water boiler broke. You're going to jump on that $250 figure that's normally, $400. Absolutely. But again, somebody sees that, and that's it. And then you go try to sell yours for $325 because you paid $400. Nah, somebody just sold it for $250. Would you take $260? What do you mean $260? This is a $400 figure. So that's what happens. And it ruins everything for everybody. Again, In the moment, you're not thinking about, well, my water boiler broke, so I have to think about the community first, and I shouldn't sell my figure for cheap. Nobody's gonna care. You're worried about you and paying that bill and getting as much money as possible as quickly as possible. So that's why it is what it is. But that's why it affects the prices of Hot Toys. Again, not only the sellers, but the amounts of figures that Hot Toys is making. That alone, forget the resale value. That alone of the amounts that they're making kills it. Because if they're available everywhere, what value do they have? So it's annoying. 30 guys, thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. 41 likes, 24 watching. Look at that. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for hitting the like button. So that's the problem with selling these now. If you're in it, let's say for example you're trying to leave the hobby right now. Let's say you got to sell everything. The good thing is you're gonna make money, right? You're gonna make money, and I don't mean you're gonna make a profit. That's not what I'm saying. You're not making no profit, okay? You're making zero profit. What I'm saying is you're making money in the sense of somebody will buy your stuff, right? There are figures that people still want to this day that most likely will never get remade. So that's why you can still make, again, I'm not saying you're going to make a profit. I'm saying you're going to make money, right? You're going to bring in money. But overall, you're not making that money back nowhere near. Especially trying to get rid of anything Endgame, anything Infinity War. Literally, those two lines for whatever reason. And then the sad thing about it is they overmade, right? They overproduced the lines, right? Infinity War and Endgame. Everything before that is just crappy at this point. And when I say crappy, I mean those bodies aren't the same, right? Those figures aren't, again, great figures. I'm not bashing them. I'm not saying they're garbage, but they're not the same. They're a lot cheaper feeling than the new ones. So it's a big jump of quality of the bodies, of the outfits, of the materials, right? So obviously there are more people looking for Infinity War and Endgame than they are Age of Ultron and Avengers, right? So the original Avengers line, nobody's looking for that at all. If anything, somebody's looking for what? A Nick Fury from that? What else? Coulson, maybe, which that was a figure that everybody needed, and then all of a sudden everybody got it and nobody wanted it anymore. Loki, no. The Hulk, people still want that Hulk right now. Bruce Banner, maybe. That Hawkeye, nobody really cares for. Thor, nobody really cares for. Loki, nobody really cares for. Captain America now with 2012, nobody really cares for. Iron Man Mark 7, the diecast one, the new one is great. But again, that's new. The original plastic ones, the battle damage Mark 7, glorious piece, but again, it's plastic. The original Mark 6, remember the Mark 6 came out in Iron Man 2, Iron Man 2, and then the Mark 6 was then again shown in Avengers 1, and then by the end of the movie, he came out with the Mark 7, right? So for the Avengers line, we have a Mark 6, a Mark 7, and then a Mark 7 battle damage. That's what I'm saying. So the Chitauri, nobody's looking for Chitauri's. Hot Sideshow couldn't give them away. What else? That's it. And then Age of Ultron, everybody in that is, they're decent figures, but again, nobody's looking for any of that anymore. Thor from that movie, nobody really cares for that because there have been better Thors after that. Scarlet Witches, nah. If you're looking to collect them all, then you need to go back to that one because that's the first time they appeared and the only line that they gave us two of, right? The one with the mini skirt and then the one with the long jacket. Black Widow sucks with that hair. Captain America has a magnetic shield for that figure. That's it. Nothing exciting about those figures at all. So it's just a shame. You're never going to get any money back at anywhere near what you spent for these figures. That's why, at this point, and not only that, if you guys pay attention in the groups now, everybody's selling something. Everybody is selling everything. Everybody's a seller. Everybody's got their stuff up for sale. Everybody's selling something. It's so crazy. Like when I used to sell, it wasn't like that. And there were BST groups, absolutely, but it wasn't like that. Right? People, of course, it was, but it wasn't to the volume. Guys, the volume that people are selling now is insane. You got to see the pictures of the boxers stacked up, all getting rid of this. It's insane. So the competition to try to make $1 in this hobby is non-existent, number one. And it gets crazier when you have again, very smart of the buyer, looking for this figure, looking to spend no more than $200, $250, whatever it is. And you got the sellers going after the buyer. Like, I am ready to give you mine for $250. Meanwhile, the figure could have been $375, $395, whatever. The point is that all you got to do is throw a price out there and the people just ready to just throw it at you for whatever price you're asking. That was not a thing back then. As the furthest you got was looking for blah, blah, blah for a decent price. But you didn't have people requesting to pay $150 for a piece that was gone or something that was sold out and looking to spend $200. What are you talking about? So it is so crazy to see that people are just willing to I'd rather have, I'd rather have those $200 funky dollars in my hand than this figure. It's crazy. Like the value, like people don't value their collections anymore. They rather have that money than having that collectible. So it tells you, what are you doing here? If you're not here for the collection, what are you doing here? What are you doing here spending all this money and then reselling at a loss every time? How is that smart? Again, none of my business. Do whatever the hell you want. That's your money. Your money doesn't affect me. But it damages the hobby is the point. You know what I mean? That's what's painful. That's what sucks. That's what's crazy. Lou! Welcome. What up, my masterful posing, creating collectors, busy balancing, will cast or replay. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. I'll talk to you later. Fabs had that thought last night. Choo! How are you, my friend?
Hello!
Welcome. Mostly Inorfic. Like I said, that's why I think Hot Toys does need to branch out to more unique lines. The thing is, like I said multiple times already, Hot Toys now has been fighting to become this, right? They've been fighting to become the mainstream 1/6 scale, right? They're not looking to be anything but that. So they are what they wanted to be. If that weren't the case, they would be like Enterbay, right? Getting real niche characters, basketball player, things that they sell, but who's really looking for that stuff? You know what I mean? Even when Enterbay kept coming out with one after the other, nobody really cared about these. People bought them, absolutely, because they're a bunch of NBA fans, of course. But what are you talking about? This is all you're making? Basketball play? Michael Jordan's at that? Forever? Hot Toys didn't want to be that. Hot Toys didn't want to do that. They wanted to become mainstream, so they became mainstream. Right? When I started with Hot Toys, they were not mainstream. That's the big difference. That's what people don't understand. That's what the people are in it now. They think they know anything about Hot Toys. They don't know anything. Hot Toys was not mainstream years ago. You know? So Hot Toys has become what they wanted to become, which is mainstream. They want to be involved in every Disney line, everything popular, anything pop culture, anything mainstream. That's Hot Toys in the 1/6 scale, which is, again, to me, the best scale. When it comes to, size, right? The quarter scale, when it comes to detail, the quarter scale you can't beat the quarter scale. But when it comes to being practical and being a practical collector, the 1/6 scale is the way to go. You got detail collectors, right? You got module case collectors. You got people buying, random shelves from Marketplace, from eBay. You will fit 1/6 scale figures anywhere you want. Put them on top of shelves, floating shelves, regular shelves. You can put 1/6 scale figures anywhere. So that's why, if you pay attention, how many quarter scales have we gotten since that last golden limited, Mark III Iron Man that they did? Was it last year? I want to say, or 2 years ago now. We haven't gotten anything quarter scale. Not one thing. We got that big ass Venom from Spider-Man 2. That's it. That wasn't even quarter scale. Those are 1/6. Where are the quarter scales? So they're noticing that there's no money to be made in the quarter scale as much as there is 6 scale. So that's why they're just 6 scale after 6 scale after 6 scale after 6 scale, because the money is in the 6 scale. It is easier for somebody to come out of pocket, even if it's $300. Remember, the norm is now about $260, $280. $300. It is easier for anybody to come up with $300 over having to come up with $599, $699 for a quarter scale. So they'll take our money easier in the 6 scale game. That's why they are getting involved with anything and everything, because they want to be the mainstream. That's why no company in the 1/6 scale game right now could come near Hot Toys, because of the experience that they got, the amount of volume that they put out, the amount of licenses that they're on, that they have, right? The amount of product that they put out left and right every week, every month, every year. What other company is doing that?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
That's what people don't understand. People don't get that about Hot Toys. People just see, inner is better. They don't know anything. And again, they can like anything they want. Nothing those people like will ever be better than Hot Toys. Again, the experience under their belt, the innovation under their belt. Inner came in with the artisan, with the rooting. Hot Toys with the artisan. They're making better. They're making more. They're making way more product, faster product, quicker product. And Inart was the innovator of the artisan here. So what does that tell you? Inart came in with the idea and now Hot Toys has more artisan figures out for pre-order and release than the innovator does. What does that tell you about the company?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
This is why people are retarded, because they don't have any common sense. That's what they just look at. I saw comments. I saw comments of people literally with the one image of Wonder Woman, the Inart Wonder Woman, when it was announced a couple of days ago. One image, that was the only thing that was shown. The Inart losers were already drooling over this one image. And again, you guys saw what it looked like. It's horrible. It looked horrible. it still looks horrible. And they were talking about this is better than Hot Toys. That's when you know, like, you hate Hot Toys so much while you're still spending your money on Hot Toys. This is how dumb these people are. They have this internal hatred for Hot Toys while spending their money on Hot Toys. Yet they boast on InArt that it's so good, it's so this, it's so that, blindly, but don't understand that it is impossible for that to even be a thing. That's how retarded they are. And we're gonna get into that in a second, guys. Let me pull this up real quickly. Let me just catch up with you guys. Here we go. Fabs, does that mean collectors are businessmen? What? Folks aren't coughing up for retail. Correct. Because what's the point? Why would you want to? Why would I want to go spend retail for something that I know is going to be $100? And that's why I stopped for a while. I was like, oh man, like screw that. Like it's pointless. You know you're going to waste money. Right? But that's what that's why I do it. I don't do it for the money. I want the damn figure in my collection. You know, it is what it is. But I understand. That's why I tell you guys, Mike is not wrong about the way he collects. You know, Joe getting pieces from, 1776 for $50 Canadian. That's you. How do you tell him, Joe, you're stupid for doing that? Joe, you're wrong for doing that. Like that. You're hating on the fact that he's saving money on things that you paid double and triple on. So you can't hate on that, right? The problem is, are you going to wait 3 years to get your figure? That's up to you. Joe clearly just started collecting, and he's been going on a rampage every time he sees a figure for $50 Canadian, $70 Canadian, $100 Canadian. Who's going to tell him, Joe, don't buy it, Joe? He's killing it. People who overpaid for those figures, he's killing it. So that's what it is. And Fieri says, and the prices are selling. So one guy who got the Hot Toys Reef Superman for under 50 complete. It's insane. It's insane. Again, the desperation of I need the cash. I need it. I'd rather have the cash than have this piece of plastic in my hand. That's how bad it's gotten. They don't care if it goes at $450. They want it for the undership. No, and they'll get it too if they wait long enough because they know what it is. They know what it is. If you don't do it, guess what? Somebody will. Somebody will. Which is why nothing's holding value. Again, it's not just that. It's the amounts that they're making also. That the quantities don't help. But the people in the group selling for dirt cheap doesn't help anybody. How is that smart, William Cote? Alchemist, my friend, welcome.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Welcome. 1.6 definitely, but no, it's the best scale. The best scale in every way, shape, or form. When it comes to vehicles, when it comes to figures, accessories, dioramas, everything. 1.6 scale. Obviously, again, quarter scale, you get more detail, but you're not going to be, again, when it comes to being practical, right? Collecting practically. You're not going to be getting everything quarter scale because you're going to run out of room way quicker than in 1.6. And they know that. And remember, in Asia, apparently, because I've never been, everybody lives in small areas, small places, small apartments. So where are you going to have more? What are you going to have more room for? 1.6 or 1/4? So who are they going to cater more to? 1.6 or 1/4? Quarter scale takes up too much space, and its space is a premium. Absolutely, exactly. InArt is the true goats of 1.6. A true collector with no legendary comes. Oh my God, this guy, unreal, unbelievable. InArt's Wonder Woman ain't better. No, we're gonna get into it in a second, guys. For a minute, maybe 2 weeks before even seeing it. Watch your mouth. Any true collector knows that InArt made this hobby what it is. The one true. Exactly. See? Wayne knows. Wayne knows who the king is. Unbelievable. Unreal. When you're new to the hobby, everything is new figure to you. Oh man, who the hell is it trying to save a buck in this hobby? Should always be trying. Absolutely, no, that's the thing. Exactly. Who's not gonna want to save money? You can't hate on somebody saving money, But again, that's the thing, right? I'd rather have my figure than wait 2 years to get it for $50 cheaper, $70. Like, no, I want my figure. Like I said last time, we pre-order the figure today. We got to wait a year already. Now I waited a year. The figure's out. It's right there. I could grab it. I could just say, hey, order. It'll be here 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever. You're going to tell me I got to wait another year so I could save $60? I'm okay. I will be okay. And again, I'm not saying that it's what Mike says is the amount that I buy specifically, right? With the pre-orders, with the deposits, all that stuff on Sideshow, right? Overpaying on Sideshow. He's 100% correct, right? The amount of extra money I spend buying on Sideshow is stupid, right? I should be saving a lot of money. It doesn't bother me. I just want my figure when I get it, and that's it. That's it, If you adjust for inflation, those used figures cost almost the same as when you get them brand new. All right, so guys, like I said, we're going to get into the new queen of Hot Toys, the new queen of 1/6 of Hot Toys. See what happens? So again, the new Hot Toys Killer Queen, here we have her, right? So again, according to the professional In Art Chills, this is way better than anything Hot Toys has ever made. Again, their words. Of course, it could be updated because it's shit, okay? If it was so good, it wouldn't need to be updated, assholes. Okay? So, you already know it's shit. But to talk shit, you have to say, well, it's great, but it could be updated because it's shit. Okay? That is ugly. That is gross. And it looks absolutely nothing like her. Okay? Here's another shot. Also, are we what's with the are we hanging out with Jetta Patrol? What's going on? Since when is she like half naked on her in her uniform? Okay, is this or is In Art were they on the other side of the Jetta shot? Who made this? Who's exposing this? For what reason? Since when does she wear booty shorts like this? I never knew this. So who's riding dirty with Jetta Patrol and the other guy? Who's riding dirty from In Art? Somebody tell me.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Unbelievable. How can this be any good in any way, shape, or form? Where's the likeness there? Look at the eyes. Don't even look like her at all. But of course, the shills already. The best. The best. You want to see who the best is? Let me show you who the best is. Let me show you the real queen of 1/6. Okay? Let me show you the real queen. Okay? Look at that. Absolutely nothing. There's no and I can tell you, this doesn't even look real, to be honest. These eyes here do not look real at all. This does not look like a real image. This does not look like a real rolling eyes, if that's what they're supposed to be at all. Look at the difference in eyes here. This picture doesn't even look clear, right? It looks, again, I could be 1,000% wrong, as usual, because you guys know I'm never right about anything. But I could tell you this could be Photoshopped for all I know, because I could tell you this does not look good whatsoever, not even a little bit. Again, it could be all real, but this does not add up. And as you can see, this beauty here, okay, looks way more like gal than this one here, okay? And that beautiful hair, look at that, looks way better than this. Again, I'm not saying that this hair should be like this one, no, right? This is a completely different look, right? This is a completely different scene, possibly, right from the movie. But as you can see, it's completely different. But this looks way cleaner, sharper, more professional, more appealing, right? Better looking. This is a completely different look than obviously this. And as you can see also down here, I don't know what's with all this, crotch stuff. Look at Hot Toys, nice and classy, nice and clean, because they're not sickos like InArt. But as you can see, InArt, for whatever reason, needs to always be exposing the underwear or the cheek. I actually had the Mando Luke come off Sideshow waitlist a couple weeks ago, but I decided to check eBay first and was able to pick him up $100 on eBay instead of claiming that. There you go. Absolutely smart for checking, because somebody else would be like, "Oh my God, I got the wait list," and without checking, you would have been very upset. Fabs, you can't question the King's accurate. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Pure filth. That's correct. Computer generated. I'm telling you, that doesn't look normal. That doesn't look right. It doesn't look, again, I could be wrong as usual. You guys know I'm always wrong. The facial structures look completely different too. I'm telling you. Ouch, W Wonder Woman, you're just I'm telling you guys. Camel toes and cheeks, unbelievable. Tabasco pantry dwellers. Exactly. See? So there you have it, guys. Hot Toys will always be king, just for the mere fact that the experience that they have under their belt, just the experience, which is, again, why they know that they have to make their bodies for every figure, because they know that the beginning of the figure comes from the base, the core, which is what? The body. The figure can't do what you want it to do if you don't make the body yourself, if you don't start from scratch. InArt doesn't do that. InArt will never do that. Here, let's do it properly.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time.
The reason why InArt decided to cancel their Black Adam after, because remember, this was after, this was not before. It was after Hot Toys released theirs, both of theirs. All of a sudden after, we're canceling the project. Okay? Why? If they're the best at anything, why did they cancel the project?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
They canceled the project because they thought that they were going to use that generic Superman body that they use for their Superman figures, right? They thought that was they were going to use for a Black Adam figure. And after Hot Toys came out with their Hulk, body for that Black Adam figure, InArt saw that and said, we can't put this garbage out there because people are going to know exactly what we're about. If you would have seen a Black Adam figure from InArt, the size of a Superman, okay, and then a Hot Toys Black Adam being as massive as it was, you would have been like, what the hell is this garbage? So to avoid the humiliation and the embarrassment of being the garbage company that they are, they canceled the project. That is the only reason why they canceled the project. Because I can tell you this, if Hot Toys had made their Black Adam figure out of that Superman, whether it was Justice League Superman or the BVS Superman body, whatever the case, right? If they would have used any of those for their Black Adam figure, you better believe InArt would have made theirs too. 100%. Because then there's no competition. They're using, regular, generic muscular bodies. So again, Hot Toys makes theirs. But the ones that InArt was using or or used for their Superman were, slightly close to a muscular body that you will use for a Superman, which is why people said, what did they say? Oh, the muscle tone on the Hot Toys one is way too bulky. The inner one is better. It looked more proportionate because it was a generic body. Inert did not make that body. So they took the credit for a body that wasn't even made by them. Hot Toys made theirs over bulky, over muscular, whatever you want to say. Right? Because they made it. They did it. Inert used somebody's body, took the credit for not being overly muscular, and everybody, it's better, it's better. Meanwhile, they don't realize and they don't think about the reality of how garbage Inert is. They don't want to deal with that. So what do? Every announcement, every 6 months, the best. They have to say it's the best. They can't talk shit on a company that comes out with a figure every 6 months. They can't, because then who do they look to? Remember, Hot Toys is giving us a figure every week, right? Pre-orders, multiple pre-orders every week, releases every week, every other week. Okay? So the only company giving us anything. But that's the garbage company, according to them. The company that gives us garbage and gives us nothing for months at a time is the best. So logically, they can't even process life. That's how retarded they are. So anytime you guys see, like I tell you guys, don't even bother. Your first thought is, this guy's retarded. This guy is retarded. He has brain damage. Because again, I tell you guys every time, logically it doesn't make any sense, but this is what they believe. So you can't think and believe something that doesn't even make sense. So therefore, you must have brain damage if you believe that. And for you to try to make them believe otherwise, you're wasting your time. These were the people who were defending the vaccine. These are the people who defend Justin. These are the people. So you're not going to get through to them. You're not. You're gonna give yourself a bad day going back and forth with this idiot that you're trying to convince that they're wrong. The fact that they're already saying that should tell you they clearly don't know anything. They don't know Hot Toys. They can't possibly own enough Hot Toys to be talking like this. That's a problem. So don't waste your time, guys. Do not think you're going to change anybody, because you're not. These people, like I said, they are not okay. And again, let them live in their own made up fake reality. Let them. But, just you for yourself know that you understand why, again, on paper and logically, Hot Toys could never be beaten by any other company. Any other company. Just from the practice. Think about this. For the past few years, we've got 90-something releases this year, 90-something releases that year, maybe 80-something the year prior, maybe, So for a company that has that much practice per year compared to every other single 1/6 scale company out there, how can you possibly be worse than any other company out there when you're the one practicing the most? It doesn't make sense. That's why anybody who believes it is an idiot. But again, it is what it is. Let me see what you guys are saying, and we're out of here, guys. What's today? I'll probably be back either tomorrow or Thursday. We were getting more announcements. Like I tell you guys, they're not going to stop. So, when they're trying to find 6, yeah, okay. Damn, Inner, how could you? Yep. Inner even said they're not doing Bane because they can't improve. Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that. Again, you guys know how to pay attention, but look at that. You can't compete with somebody that makes their own bodies. they could get you a shitty head sculpt made by anybody. They're in China. These people are a dime a dozen over there to make you a head sculpt. They're all connected with these warehouses and these factories. So they know where to make you a funky head sculpt. That's why their head sculpts always look very cheap. They haven't given us a great head sculpt yet. Very cheap, generic shit. So where is the advantage come from Hot Toys besides obviously making great head sculpts? Their bodies. If you don't make your own body, you're not competing with Hot Toys. That's why third party has a place in any collection, because we know what we're getting ourselves into with third party. But InArt wants to be a licensed third party company, which is exactly what they are. They're a glorified third party company. They don't make anything of value. For anybody who thinks they do, you're an idiot. You're overpaying for garbage. You don't even get uniformity in the product. That's why you got a yellow Cheerio, you got a brown Cheerio, you got a blue Cheerio, because they don't give a shit about the product. They just care about taking your money, and whatever happens, it's your problem after that. And on top of everything I just said, which is only regarding the company as a company making toys, they decide to hook up with who? They said, hey, Justin, can you help us push this garbage with your magic, sir? So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If you know what's going on in the community regarding this person, why would you go after them as your spokesperson for your product? Think about that. How much can they value you as a customer when they went for the number one scammer in the community to get your attention to buy that garbage? You don't think that they would want to be, you know what? We're a good company. We're a moral company. We don't want to be attached to anything that he's involved with. But no, they don't care, because they just want your money, and that's it. That's why when it comes to quality, you will never get any, because all they care about is your money, and that's it. That's why anybody defending them is a retard, because you don't even see what they're doing. They defend it. That's my point. They defend all of it. No common sense whatsoever. They're defending the scam. That's retarded. It's retarded. Holy shit. Please Hot Toys make a 2.0 Christopher Superman. I'm scared of what InArts will look like. I can tell you it ain't going to be good. But what's going to happen is same exact thing that happened with the Joker, right? When was the last time we've gotten a Superman, a Christopher Reeve Superman from Hot Toys? It's been many years. The last one was the evil version Superman, right? We got the the standard one with the white Fortress of Solitude as a diorama. Then they did the evil version, right? Superman 3. Either Superman 2 or Superman 3, whatever that evil version. I think it was 3. That Superman evil version, and then that's it. Never again a Superman, a Christopher Reeve, ever again, ever. So what happened with the Joker and InArt? People have been in this community for years without having a Joker from Hot Toys. They came in, we're making a Joker. Everybody lost their minds. People have been dying for a Joker forever. Boom. Here's your Joker. Oh my God, this is amazing. Everybody wanted a Joker. Everybody was desperate for a Joker. Here's a Joker, new company, refreshing Joker. Everybody, oh my God, this is incredible. So it was a perfect storm for InArt. Same thing right now, right? Christopher Reeve. Who's making Christopher Reeve? Nobody. Nobody but them. So what's going to happen? You're going to have the people. Oh, I need a Christopher Reeve in my collection. They're the only ones that make it. Oh, I need that one. And guess what? It's gonna be shit, and all you're gonna hear is, "Oh my God, this is fucking incredible! This is fucking amazing! This is the best Christopher Reeve ever had." That's what you're gonna hear, because there's nothing else. There is nothing else. Their head sculpts are garbage. InArt's head sculpts are all garbage. Their figures are smaller than Hot Toys. They are generic figures. There is nothing licensed about any of it besides the fact that they stamp on it that they're licensed. It is all generic garbage. Thank you, my friend. Thank you guys. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. We got a super chat from Ron, my friend. Where's my Where's my Christopher Superman? This guy.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
So I can tell you this, Ron. It's been many years since they did one. It doesn't mean they can't do another, right? The problem is the same situation, with Leia, right? They could always go back, right? They will always make Supermans. They will always make Batmans. They will always make all these iconic characters. The problem is the actor who played that character. At this point, they should 100% make another one. The problem is, they don't want to bother for whatever reason, but they know that they will make it. They will make money making it. Another thing that I tell you guys that is coming, the Ripley with the power loader 2.0, that is coming down the street, guaranteed at some point. Same thing with the Vulture, right? All these figures, Baze Malbiz, all these figures that Hot Toys hasn't made, but has teased or talked about or whatever. They're gonna make them. They're gonna make them. They're gonna make them. They're gonna make them. So, when it comes to Christopher Reeve specifically, now I could guarantee you it has to be a licensing thing, probably very expensive. Again, how did InArt get it? Who the hell knows? Again, they got the license only in Asia, I believe, so that's why it's got to be a lot cheaper. Hot Toys would rather not get a license and just get it, Asia only, guaranteed, because remember, they gotta partner up with Sideshow, even though, right, Sideshow doesn't carry everything that they make. So, it's kind of interesting how that works. The last InArt figure I intend to get is Wukong, but then I'm done. I'm happy with my 84 1 See, Wukong, that monkey looks cool, but I can tell you again, crap quality you're gonna get from InArt all day, every day. Hey, 44. Thank you guys. Thank you. Say, I didn't even ask you guys. Fabs, how many? Oh my God, this guy is unbelievable.
0.0.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So like I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow or Thursday. If not, then definitely Friday or Saturday. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next